Just a heads up, this episode contains some heavy themes such as homophobia and discrimination. Swearing. It is next to impossible to go through life without swearing at least once, be it for intense joy, rage, pain, or just adding color to whatever is being said. Swearing has become very common in society, such that it sometimes goes a step further and starts involving gods, saints, or other holy figures, which is where society draws the line between being just a bore and being outright insulting. However, some people have an issue with swearing at all, and one of those people was Gianluca Buonanno, deputy for what was back then Lega Nord and mayor of Varallo, a town in the Piedmontese Alps. Around the 12th of August 2010, he issued an ordinance that introduced a €100 fine for every swear word uttered. If a minor is present within hearing distance, the fine is doubled. His rationale was that 1. The bad practice of swearing and uttering blasphemous exclamations had become too common in the area, and 2. Varallo is home to the Monte Sacro, which includes the basilica and 44 chapels, and is a UNESCO heritage site and a sacred place for Catholics. I searched for this ordinance on the internet, but I came out empty-handed, so I have no idea how this ordinance works. This leads me to 2 questions. 1. How can such an ordinance be enforced? Constant surveillance by the municipal police and consequent breach of privacy? 2. Does it include gestures? Matter of fact, can they be considered swearing even though they usually don't involve your voice? Ah, lovely semantics. What gets me is that just a few months prior, he cursed in the opening ceremony for the yearly music festival. And it was not an isolated incident either. He actually cursed at least 4 times. So much for protecting the tranquility, safety, and public order. Buonanno was no stranger to headline-worthy initiatives for his town. Separation manuals were given to newlyweds, cardboard figures of policemen had been set up to combat reckless driving, billboards proclaiming Varallo a non-Islamized town were put up, and a ban on burkinis was introduced. I'm starting to wonder what Muslims did to Buonanno for him to develop such a vitriolic Islamophobia. On a national level, Buonanno's eccentricity and proneness to controversy shines even more. He often started tirades against homosexuality, despite saying that he had gay friends and they only had a problem with those who always acted like victims, which to me is just a reskin of the "I'm not racist, I got black friends" excuse. His hatred was so intense that he waved the fennel in parliament, while Alessandro Zan, a staunch supporter of the LGBT+ cause, was talking, basically calling him the F-slur. He also made a scathing remark about Romanis, calling them the scum of society, which got him a €6,000 fine. But the episode for which he might be most known was that on April 1st, 2014, he waved the pass and told President of the Chamber of Deputies, Laura Boldrini, to eat it. All this was to protest against immigrants supposedly being treated like kings to the detriment of pensioners. In 2014, he became the mayor of Varallo Sesia, the 3rd municipality in which he served as mayor, and a member of the European Parliament. Both of these terms were cut short on June 5th, 2016, when he died in a car accident on the A36 highway, just a few weeks after turning 50. As for the town itself, it's doing fine, except for a hailstorm that unleashed its fury some days before I uploaded this video. As for the ordinance, since I didn't read anything about it being repealed, I'm going to assume it's still active. So, yeah. If you're going to visit Varallo, you better choose your words wisely.